Good day, my friends. It is with great regret that I cannot be present with you today. I wish I could. I genuinely wish I could. However, in this way, I hope to give you a message of encouragement, regardless of all the struggles that are there and that will be there. We see that on the positive side, the EU is continuing its pressure on the Iranian regime. New sanctions have been issued and announced and will be implemented. So the good news is that the EU and also the US are not relenting their pressure on the Iranian regime. At the same time, we see that there is a great hesitation to put the IRGC as a whole on the terror list, which gives the suspicion that at least some people in foreign affairs still want to go back to the old Iran policy that has failed utterly, both for the peoples of Iran and for Europe. How to go forward? At this moment, sadly, there is still little unity amongst the opposition overall. However, you are setting an example by coming together and trying to forge a way forward, inviting others to join. This is a process that will take time. It's a process that requires a lot of work, a lot of compromise, and a lot of conversation, mutual understanding. But it is necessary. It is necessary to sacrifice one's own ideas and ego for the sake of the whole, the future of the peoples of Iran. Whether these peoples are Kurds, Baloch, Arabs, whether they are Lur or Azeri, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they are Farsi or any other ethnicity that is in Iran. But it is clear, one thing is clear, that by naming all these ethnicities, it is clear that there can be no Iran that does not respect and acknowledges the fact that Iran at the moment, as it is now, is a nation of many nations. That fact must be respected, must be acknowledged. There can be no unity among the opposition of Iran if that fact is not acknowledged. If the wishes, the demands of the non-Persian peoples of Iran is not taken into consideration, there cannot be unity amongst the opposition. Any effort to try to gain unity without acknowledging that fact will certainly fail. At the same time, it is also clear, as I have said before, the non-Persian nations cannot win this fight alone. Ultimately, bridges need to be built. However, before that, we still face division within the non-Persian nations, their opposition movements. We see that the various nations have various movements that work together, as you do. At the same time, there is still this gap between those who emphasize independence, those who emphasize federalism. Misunderstandings need to be clarified. They can be clarified. Common ground can be found, should be found. We need it. You need it. We all need it. Why? Because ultimately Europe is helped best by unified Iranian opposition that will represent an alternative to this abject, oppressive regime that is now sitting in Tehran. This regime, that makes so many victims. Its victims crying for justice. We all know the facts. We all know the realities. It is almost pointless to repeat them because we all know them anyway. Therefore, I challenge everyone here to find common ground, to communicate solutions, not just problems. The problems we know, the solutions need to be found and communicated. It is really important that you come together, work together, and also find common ground with all those who are not present in your meeting today. Because nobody and no group and no umbrella of movements as it is now can win this fight alone. There's no one umbrella who alone can take on this regime. We all ultimately will need to come together. If that doesn't happen, this regime wins and nobody can be liberated. Nothing will be achieved. It is a fine line, a difficult balance that needs to be found. It will not be easy. Everyone who says it will be easy, well, he or she will discover it is not. But it must be done. And I believe you are capable of doing it. I believe that you can achieve what is necessary to win this game that has such high stakes: freedom, human dignity, the future of so many generations. Let's hope and work together for a better future. Thank you so much, and let's continue the good work together.